Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving deep into Be Your Future Self Now by Dr. Benjamin Hardy. This book has completely transformed how I view personal development, and it's packed with practical strategies for anyone looking to take control of their future and live intentionally. If you've ever felt stuck or unsure about how to reach your goals, this is the book for you. In this video, I'll be breaking down Dr. Hardy's key principles on how to become your future self right now, how to start acting like the person you want to become today, rather than waiting for it to happen. If you're ready to create lasting change and transform your life, make sure you stay tuned. We're going to explore 12 powerful rules that can help you live a life that's aligned with your dream future self. Let's get started. Alright, let's start with the first rule, and it's one of the most important. The future you is already within you. Dr. Benjamin Hardy starts off with a powerful idea. The person you want to become isn't some far-off version of yourself that is outside of your current reach. The future version of yourself is already inside you. You might be thinking, how is that possible? If I'm not where I want to be, how can the future version of me already exist? And that's a valid question. But what Dr. Hardy is trying to say is that you already have the potential within you. The thoughts, desires, and goals you have right now are pointing to the person you can become. The only thing standing between you and that future self is taking action now and shedding all the limiting beliefs and behaviors that are holding you back. Who you want to become is already inside you. You just need to remove the things that block you from becoming that person. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. The truth is that many of us are constantly waiting for the right moment to start working on ourselves, waiting for the circumstances to be perfect, waiting for the right time to begin. But what Dr. Hardy emphasizes is that you don't need to wait for anything. You don't need to wait to become who you want to be. Start acting like your future self now, and your actions will pave the way for your future reality. Think of it this way, the decisions you make today are a direct reflection of the future you want to create. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, for example, you don't wait until you're officially running a business before you start thinking like a business owner. You start taking steps in that direction now. It's about acting in a way that aligns with the future vision of yourself. One of the most powerful ways to tap into this idea is to visualize your future self. Imagine yourself in that ideal position, how you look, how you feel, the success you've achieved, and start making decisions as though that future version of you is living your life today. That's how you begin to make your future self a reality. Now, let's move on to rule number 2. Act as if you are already that person. This rule is essentially about embodying your future self today. It's about taking deliberate action that aligns with who you want to become rather than waiting for success to come to you. Dr. Hardy puts it simply, start acting as though you are already the person you want to be. The world around you will respond accordingly. He emphasizes that small actions today can set you up for big future successes. We often think that we need to become successful, confident, or disciplined before we can start living like that person. But Dr. Hardy argues the opposite. You need to act like your future self now. This can mean making decisions, no matter how small, that reflect the life you want to live. For example, if you want to become a fitness enthusiast, start acting as though you already value health and wellness. You might not feel like working out today, but future you would do it because they prioritize their health. So, instead of waiting until you feel motivated, start acting from that future self who takes their health seriously. Your future self is already acting with purpose, discipline, and consistency, so why wait? Dr. Benjamin Hardy. It's powerful because by acting as if you're already the person you want to be, you start creating the momentum to actually become that person. It's like a feedback loop where your actions feed into your mindset, which then reinforces the actions. It's like becoming your own role model. Next up, rule number 3, change your environment to reflect your future self. This is an important one because your environment influences who you become. Dr. Hardy emphasizes that you are not just a product of your thoughts and decisions, but also a product of the environment around you. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If your environment doesn't support your growth, change it. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. This rule tells us that if you want to become your future self, you need to surround yourself with the right influences. Your relationships, your workplace, and even the spaces you occupy need to reflect the person you're trying to become. If your future self is a leader, you need to surround yourself with people who support your leadership goals. If your future self is someone who is in great physical shape, you need to spend time with people who have similar health goals or be in environments that encourage fitness. It's all about creating an environment that supports your growth and aligns with your future self. Dr. Hardy also talks about how eliminating distractions and negative influences is essential. If there are people, habits, or environments that don't align with your future vision, It's time to reevaluate and make the changes that will put you on the path to becoming the person you want to be. This is a big deal because the environment you put yourself in every day either pushes you closer to your future self or holds you back. So, take a look at your environment right now and ask yourself, does it reflect the person you are becoming? If not, it's time to make some changes. Now let's talk about rule number 4. Prioritize who you want to be over who you are now. This rule encourages us to stop identifying with our current limitations and to start living as if we're already the person we want to become. Many of us tend to hold on to our current self-image and let that define us. But Dr. Hardy challenges us to let go of our current identity and focus on the person we are striving to become. The person you want to become requires a different set of decisions than the person you currently are. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. When we keep identifying with our current self, we're not giving ourselves the room to grow. We need to stop making decisions based on who we are today and start making decisions that align with the future version of ourselves. For example, if you are someone who struggles with procrastination but your future self is disciplined and action-oriented, start making decisions now that reflect that person. It's all about making the mental shift to act from the future you, rather than being held back by your past mistakes or current circumstances. It requires you to let go of excuses, fears, and doubts that come from past failures or limiting beliefs. Rule number 5 is one of my favorites because it speaks to the idea of personal freedom. Let go of past failures and limiting beliefs. If we're still holding on to the mistakes of the past, we can't move forward. But the good news is you're not defined by your past. You are not your past and you are not the sum of your past mistakes. Your future self is free from those limits. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Dr. Hardy argues that many of us are shackled by our past, whether it's past failures, missed opportunities, or the beliefs we have about ourselves. But in order to step into your future self, you need to forgive yourself and release those limiting beliefs. If you think that because you failed in the past you're destined to fail again, it's time to let go of that thought pattern. The future self you're trying to become isn't affected by your past failures. They're free to make decisions that align with their goals. By letting go of those past experiences, you create room for growth and the new opportunities that are available to you. Let's dive into rule number 6. Commit to future-oriented habits. You've probably heard the saying that, you are what you repeatedly do. This rule is all about aligning your daily habits with the version of yourself that you want to become. Future self-thinking isn't just about making a few big decisions. It's about committing to small, consistent actions every day that align with your long-term goals. The future you want will require you to develop new habits. These habits will shape your future reality. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Hardy emphasizes that if you want to create lasting change, you need to adopt habits that reflect the person you want to be. If your future self is a successful writer, your daily habit would be to write regularly, even when you don't feel inspired. If your future self is in peak physical condition, your habit would involve consistent workouts and healthy eating. This rule isn't about major overhauls but small, incremental actions that compound over time. It's about looking at the habits you form today and asking, do these habits reflect the person I'm trying to become? If not, it's time to adjust. Every little habit you create or break can set you on the right path. Success is not built in a day but in the habits you create every single day. Choose habits that align with the person you want to become. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. This is the power of habit stacking, combining small actions that add up to big changes over time. For example, if you want to read more, start by reading a single page every day. It's about taking those small steps that accumulate to a big transformation. Now, onto rule number 7. Create a vision of your future self. This is where the power of visualization comes in. If you don't have a clear vision of your future, how will you know where you're going? Dr. Hardy suggests that creating a vivid picture of your future self is essential for achieving any goal. Your vision of the future is the compass that guides you through the complexities of life. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Visualization is more than just imagining a successful future. It's about bringing your future into the present. When you're clear on who you want to become, what you want to achieve, and how you want to feel, it becomes much easier to make decisions that align with that vision. Dr. Hardy talks about how creating a vision of your future self helps you set clear goals, prioritize the right actions, and stay motivated even when things get tough. The more detailed your vision, the more you can align your daily actions with that version of you. Let's say you want to become a public speaker. Start visualizing yourself giving talks, helping others, and living the lifestyle of a speaker. What does that life look like? Visualize it in detail. As you do, you'll begin to see opportunities, make decisions, and take steps that bring that vision to life. The future self is not some distant, unattainable goal. The clearer your vision, the more likely you are to create it. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Creating a vision isn't just about success, it's about imagining a life where you feel fulfilled, balanced, and in alignment with your core values. It's about seeing the bigger picture and using that as your North Star to guide you. Rule number 8. Align your present actions with your future goals. Dr. Hardy says, the person you are today is the sum of the decisions you've made in the past. To be the person you want to become, make decisions today as if you're already that person. This is where everything we've discussed so far comes together. You've visualized your future self, you've identified the habits you need to adopt. Now it's time to align your present actions with your future goals. If your goal is to become a successful entrepreneur, every action you take, whether it's reading books about business, networking with others, or working on your skills, should reflect that. You don't wait to be an entrepreneur before you start thinking and acting like one. It's about congruence, ensuring that your decisions today are consistent with the future identity you are working toward. This is how we create momentum. By acting in alignment with your future goals, you start attracting the right opportunities, connections, and outcomes. Action is the bridge between where you are now and who you want to become. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. When your actions and decisions reflect your future self, you'll naturally start to become that person. It's all about intentionality and consistency. Rule number 9 is about living in the present moment while keeping an eye on your future goals. It's easy to get lost in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, but Dr. Hardy encourages us to stay present and not lose sight of the bigger picture. Your future self isn't just a destination, it's a process. Be mindful of the present while moving toward the future. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. This rule stresses the importance of balance. Yes, it's critical to focus on your goals, but you can't lose yourself in the future. The present moment is where you make the decisions that will shape your future. If you're too focused on the end result, you might miss the opportunities and lessons available to you right now. By being mindful of the present, you ensure that you're not rushing through life but enjoying the process of becoming your future self. It's about staying grounded in the present while acting intentionally for the future. After all, the journey is just as important as the destination. Rule number 10. Take massive action toward your future goals. This is where execution comes into play. Dr. Hardy emphasizes that all the planning, vision setting, and small actions won't matter unless you take massive action. Action is the bridge between where you are now and who you want to become. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. You can visualize your future self all you want, but until you take action, nothing changes. Success doesn't come from just thinking about what you want. It comes from doing what needs to be done, even when it's uncomfortable or uncertain. Dr. Hardy encourages readers to take bold, consistent action toward their goals. It's not just about making one big leap. It's about building momentum through daily actions that move you closer to your ideal life. Whether it's working late, networking, or simply practicing your craft, it all adds up. The future is shaped by the actions you take today. Every step counts, no matter how small. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Don't wait for the perfect time, take action now. The future you want won't arrive until you put in the work. Rule number 11. Stop seeking approval from others. This is one of the most liberating rules in the book. Dr. Hardy talks about how we often make decisions based on what others think, whether it's friends, family, or society in general. But when you're trying to become your future self, you can't let others' opinions dictate your choices. Your future self will not seek approval from others. Your future self will make decisions based on their own values and vision. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. If you're constantly seeking approval, you're letting others define who you are. You need to make decisions that align with your values and your future goals, not someone else's expectations. By acting with confidence and authenticity, you will attract the people who resonate with your future vision. When you stop seeking approval, you create the freedom to make decisions that are true to yourself. Finally, rule number 12. Live with purpose and intention. Dr. Hardy wraps up the book by reminding us that life has no meaning without purpose. If you're not living intentionally, you're drifting through life. But when you live with purpose, every action, every goal, every challenge you face has meaning. Your life has purpose when your actions are aligned with your future vision. Dr. Benjamin Hardy. When you set a purpose and take intentional actions toward it, you gain clarity. Life becomes more focused, more fulfilling, and more aligned with your vision for the future. So ask yourself, what's my purpose? And how am I acting in alignment with it? Living with purpose means focusing on the big picture, while also acting in a way that drives you forward every day. Wow, there you have it, the 12 rules for becoming your future self now. Dr. Benjamin Hardy has given us a roadmap for transformation, a blueprint for intentional living, and a guide for how to break free from old habits, limiting beliefs, and past failures. If you follow these rules and start acting from the perspective of your future self, you will begin to create the life you've always dreamed of. Start today, start living as the person you want to become. Every action you take is a step toward the future you deserve. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on personal growth and success. Let me know in the comments which rule you're most excited to implement in your life. Remember, the future you want starts with the actions you take now.